My God, I hate drugs.
Moving on to another story, the Philippine National Police says politics could be the motive behind the killing of 13 Martires Vice Mayor Alex Lubigan. He's one of at least 6 local officials gunned down in broad daylight in less than a week. RZN Arcangel reports.
The police are looking at politics as the primary motive behind the killing of 13 Martires City Vice Mayor Alexander Lubigan. Police Chief Superintendent Edward Carranza, the acting director of Calabarzon Police, says 13 Martires City is known for its intense political rivalries. So the police believe Lubigan's recent pronouncement to run as mayor in 2019 had something to do with his killing. Carranza says there's no information that Lubigan is involved in the illegal drug trade. Police also say the vice mayor, as a businessman, is not known to have enemies. Lubigan and his driver were ambushed along the 13 Martires in Dang Road while they were on board a black Toyota Hilux pickup truck close to 3 p.m. Saturday. Here's a statement from Director Carranza.
Tinitingnan natin dito, wala naman siyang dero sa regarding illegal drugs. We received report na he manifested that he'll be running for mayor in 2019 election. So yan ang isang anggulong tinitingnan natin. Wala siyang known enemy and wala siyang pagdating sa kanyang mga negosyo, wala rin siyang kaaway. So dito muna tayo tututok sa anggulo ng politika. Ito kasing 13 Martires sa history ng talagang intense political rivalry. Usually ang election dito walang laban.
Based on their initial investigation, the police say the vehicle used by the gunman had no conduction sticker and plate. They are still conducting a follow-up operation to arrest the suspects. The police say they will get more information from Lubigan's family in the next few days. His family members are still in shock over his death and have so far refused to talk to the media. Cian Arcangel, CNN Philippines.
After the latest round of jeepney fare and power rate increases, prices of basic commodities are up next. The president's economic managers say these effects are temporary, but some economists say prices will even go higher and will reach their peak in the third quarter of the year. Our Rex Remito tells us more.
A setback. That's how the Bangko Sentral described the higher-than-expected June inflation of 5.2%. And the rest of the economic managers say they were surprised as well. In peso terms, this means consumers have to pay 5 pesos and 20 centavos more for every 100 peso purchase. The June price spike is way beyond the government target of 2 to 4%, the Bangko Sentral's forecast of 4.3 to 5.1%, and analyst prediction of 4.8%. While economic managers admit this fresh 5-year high inflation is a major challenge, Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Ernesto Pernia says the situation is temporary.
While our inflation rate for the first year of 2018 went slightly off target at 4.3% due to the rise in prices of fish, rice actually, first rice, fuel, fish and beverages, we see this to be temporary as we transition towards fully implementing important public policy reforms.
Among these government initiatives, the Build Infrastructure Program, which will provide jobs and income to more than 1 million Filipinos. There's also the unconditional cash transfer for the poorest of the poor. These programs will be funded by proceeds from the tax reform law, including the net effect of lower corporate taxes from 30 to 25%. Finance Secretary Sonny Dominguez adds prices will go down as the government brings in more rice from abroad. The poor spends most of their budget on rice.
We are confident that with the relaxation of oil prices in the global market, the consolidation of the peso's exchange rate, and the normalization of rice supply, we can pull back the inflation rate to within target range.
Dominguez adds the higher-than-usual inflation is caused by high demand from the people who have more money to buy goods because of lower withholding taxes, again as a result of the tax reform law. Economic managers say much has been accomplished to cushion the impact of high prices on the poor. They presented their accomplishments in a forum 2 weeks ahead of the President's third State of the Nation address. They say fewer families now consider themselves poor, more people have jobs, and more infrastructure projects are in the pipeline. the Bangko Sentral is expecting inflation to go back to the official target of 2 to 4% in 2019. In the meantime, the market awaits the central bank's response on whether to raise interest rates for the third time in a row. In the wake of rising transport fares and power rates and possible higher food prices because of calamities during the rainy season. The BSP's Policymaking Monetary Board will be meeting in the first week of August to possibly consider another interest rate hike to temper rising prices. Rex Remitio, CNN, Philippines.
Sad news from the U.S. state of Delaware. 5 members of a Filipino-American family are dead after their car crashed with a pickup truck on Friday. Only the mother survived. CNN affiliate reporter Shanti Lance has the story.
I feel so bad for this family. I cannot imagine what they're going through.
4 children and 1 adult, all family members, riding in the same minivan Friday afternoon, lost their lives in a crash on Route 1 in Townsend, Delaware.
For unknown reasons, the pickup truck crossed over the center median into oncoming northbound traffic.
State police say a work-style pickup truck was traveling southbound on Route 1 near Pine Tree Road when it crossed the median and drove the wrong direction into oncoming traffic. Troopers say the pickup truck first struck a white car. That driver survived. The pickup truck, which had 2 people inside, continued. That's when police say a minivan hit the pickup truck.
4 children and 1 adult was pronounced dead at the scene, while another adult was transported to a local area hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries.
The names of the victims are as follows. Audie Marquez Trinidad, 61 years old. His daughters are Caitlin, 20 years old, Dana, 17, and 13-year-old twins, Melissa and Allison. The lone survivor is 53-year-old mother Marios Balocanag. A fundraising campaign is now being held online to help pay for the family's burial expenses.
In sports now, 2-time NBA champion and Finals MVP Kevin Durant returns to Manila. Our Pauline Verzosa gives us the highlights of the Golden State Superstars' visit.
Rise, grind, and shine again. This is the mantra 2-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant shared with his Filipino fans on his second visit to the Philippines. On Sunday morning, a champion's welcome kicked off Durant's tour in Manila for a sports apparel brand, where Filipino fans got to meet and greet the Warrior star in the flesh. This was followed by a training session with young ballers where he also got to teach them some of his signature tricks. Durant then proceeded to a brief press conference in Makati City where he was welcomed with colorful pieces from local artists. During the event, Durant talked about his stories of success throughout his 12-year career in the NBA. And according to the 29-year-old, his journey is far from over despite already being a multi-awarded athlete.
I just want to continue to experience more. I know that I worked my way up to a point that I can give back the information and knowledge and wisdom that I've learned through this game and hopefully give it back to a younger player and, you know, keep working on my game, keep finding different ways to be better and innovative and, you know, just keep, you know, having fun out there, man. I want to keep things fresh.
Durant proved to be pivotal in the Warriors' most recent championship bid, which he describes as their masterpiece. And as the Warriors remain to be the team to beat in the NBA, he notes exciting times are ahead for the league, especially with the recent trades in NBA free agency.
It's amazing that players are starting to take control of their careers, and I think, you know, prioritizing winning is what basketball has always been about. And that's why we all started to play, is because we want to win and have some fun out there. So, you know, I love what's going on right now. It's a great time to be a basketball player, not just in the NBA, but as a grassroots player, aspiring to be an NBA player. There's just so much energy around the game. You know, it's in the best place it's ever been in.
As part of his tour, Durant also promoted his newest shoe line, which was immediately put to the test in a basketball exhibition held in front of thousands of fans at the Big Dome.
I love it. I love it. I'm looking forward to coming back here for a long time.
There, local collegiate stars had the rare opportunity to play alongside Durant, who sported himself in full action with his array of long-range shots and thunderous dunks. The game saw several deadlocks between both teams, but in the end, Durant's team failed to clinch the victory by just 3 points in the All-Star Challenge. Nonetheless, it was a memorable experience, not just for the players, but also for the fans who even got to take home something special from the NBA star.
Kakaiba po yung experience na first hand ko siya makita. Idol ko lang siya, sa TV ko lang po siya nakikita. Nakakuha pa ako ng bola.
It was overwhelming actually, being able to have the chance to share the court with KD. And he's a 7-foot guard, so you don't see that very often out here.
Of course it was fun. It was fun to see the two-time NBA champion and two-time finals MVP. And, I think he made everybody happy in this arena. And, he's really a great player.